Okay, a couple of things before we actually start.
Please make your selection.
On our merry way back to the Rickenbacker to die again, probably. We need to hack this replicator so we can buy batteries, unlike last time.
Hi there. Please make your selection.
And let's go ahead and get some
Value wrap.
hypos, because that's going to come in clutch. I don't suppose we can afford... Oh no, the new level of exotic, no, but we can exclude... We can get a new level of strength, which is actually going to be clutch. So before we actually leave for the Rickenbacker, we should probably go ahead and pick up our hazmat suit that we left here a long time ago. So, who knew my fucking up would actually lead... Oh my goodness. My critical errors would actually lead to us coming back for something pretty good. So let's go ahead and start recycling some of this shit, and then on our way back here we need to get a chemical from the storeroom for our little bit of credit skin that we still have. And I thought, what the fuck? Are you serious? You just fucking shot me. Like, you fucking 360 no-scoped me. And you just glitched into the chair. Oh my god, you people are like unbearable today. What the fuck? You know, I'm just gonna be back when I actually get to the fucking chemical storeroom. Wow, we just found the chemical we needed. And now we can actually continue. And I just realized I should go to bedside one more time because I need fucking mad hypos before you do any other shit. Okay, so I didn't even record myself buying the fucking mad hypos. I don't care. Fuck off. So we have 11 med hypos. We have 14 portable batteries. We have our fucking hazmat suit back. We just recharged our shit. Are we finally good to go to the fucking Rickenbacker? I think so. Hopefully that kind of shit doesn't happen again, man. Oh. This playthrough has been a doozy. A full-on doozy. All I wanted to do was play my favorite video game, and now it is clapping me. Even though I didn't, like, decide on for this shit. Okay. So, let's finally do shit on the Rickenbacker. So yeah, there's the pepperoni wall.
We must destroy the Von Braun. But before we can separate the Rickenbacker, we must remove the foul black eggs the many has vomited on this deck. These eggs are an experiment of the many, and will in time steel yourself for a struggle, human. They fear you, for you are my avatar.
Well, I'm the one that, like, just dying over and over again, so if they fear me for being your avatar...
Good. You have destroyed the first of the eggs. But there are 15 left.
Okay.
Find them.
Okay. But first, we have some audio logs to listen to.
The eggs were lying in a semicircle in the middle of what looked like a crash crater. There were hundreds of those things, hundreds. And as we got closer, we could hear them. The eggs, the things inside them. It was like music. I was scared out of my mind. But that music, all I wanted to do was find their secrets.
Ooh, there's another one there too. Man, they move fast, dude.
We arrived planning this idea of the shuttle. June 15th at 800 hours. Korechkin was the first one out the door. Never even bothering to do a level B hazard suit exam. Not wanting wanting to let that little tri-op suit get a head start, Diego went right after him. I thought it was crazy, sending the senior officers of the Rickenbacker down to the surface of an uncharted body. But both those idiots were gonna get all the glory for the UNN and try if they could.
So yeah, I do think it's funny.
Time for inspection.
Oh, right.
More later.
Right, so I think it's funny, that's more of Bayliss talking, and I do think it's funny that basically the entire events of System Shock 2 can be summed down to Diego and Krenchkin basically having a know-you battle and being immature little shits and basically not even bothering just to follow proper standard safety procedures.
Soldier,
Yeah, it's Diego
this is Captain
again.
William Diego. There isn't much time, so you must listen. I have the unique advantage of seeing this whole situation from every imaginable perspective. Until recently, I was a pawn of those vile and disgusting creatures, those corruptors of mind and body. I've managed to cleanse myself of their putrescence, but I've been severely compromised in the
This was caused by an overload in the Meson acceleration coil. There is another coil in part 2, which you must pass to get to the bridge of the Rickenbacker.
A little bit of a
If you approach
goodie
it,
we can get
The
there.
same will happen there, but I have conceived a way to avoid this. Proceed to engine nacelle B. There I will provide you the benefits of my omniscience.
Whoa. Yeah, I think I'm done playing around up here, honestly. Okay, let's get our suit back, and we have another audio log, so let's go ahead and listen to it.
In order to reverse the gravitronic generators, I need to get into nacelle B. In order to get into the nacelle, I need my damn access card. But I left it on the opposite side of the hull breach. Wait a minute. If I can extend the auxiliary support struts, I could. If they've survived the blast, that is.
Right, so this is... oh, hold on here. So this is actually kind of interesting. So the character we just listened to is actually one of my favorites in this game. He is Crocker. He is basically, alongside Bayliss, he's one of the characters that makes the most audio logs on the command deck. I mean, the Rickenbacker. However, he's full-on rebelling against the many. He does everything he can to potentially keep them from taking over the Rickenbacker, and I guess we'll see what came of that eventually. In the meantime, we have another audio log.
A worm crawled up my arm and rested on my neck. When he whispered into my ear, I felt a tingle. He told me how to make a weapon that would help us against our enemies. And here's the thing. It's made of worms. It even fires worms. But it stings like you wouldn't believe.
Right, so that's Nora started talking about the viral proliferator, or a weapon we get later on. I don't know specifically what ones he's talking about. I mean, they both fire worms. However, if you haven't picked up the viral proliferator by now, that's an allusion to what it does precisely. Oh, thank God we got another portable battery, so it was kind of worth it to die. We... Did a cyborg assassin just die? Wow, I don't have to be... Apparently I'm not the only idiot in this game. Okay, this time I am going to throw you down here, you bitch. I should probably go down there and get that. Let's see if I can... Shrimp. Ugh. Oh god. Oh no. No. Go back over here anyway. Oh my god, I would have just canceled Let's Play out of shame if that happened. All I've been wanting to do is to come get these fucking prisms. Also, as you can tell, we spent a fuck ton on nanites to get what we needed, but that is kind of the benefit of being a energy weapons player. You very rarely have to spend nanites, and if you're an exotic weapons player, there really are no nanites to spend. You can't buy your ammo. Oh god. This is making my butthole pucker. I'm gonna have to get that med kit, aren't I? Yeah, you know, for the most part, the mantling in this game makes System Shock 2's first-person platforming a prerequisite of a lot of 90s FPS games. It's not too bad, but this is the one section of the game where it's, like, kind of unbearable. You know, for the very first time, guys, I am actually gonna save Scum because I don't trust my abilities today. Alright, so at least if we die, we're just gonna come back right here. I called it. I called it. I fucking called it. And you know what? I'm realizing I should have hit the button over there. God damn it. You know what? But I will be completely 100% honest. Like, this is kind of why I didn't want to do Let's Plays, because it's very hard for me to actually, like, focus simultaneously on getting a good commentary or also paying attention to the game. It's quite challenging for me because it's like my attention is being split two ways, and I've never really been a good person about when it comes to like expressing my like thoughts. I tend to ramble a lot and I tend to get sidetracked a lot. So trying to do that while also trying to play a game is sort of a challenge for me. I thought it would be a fun challenge, but at the same time, well, I mean, it is fun. I'm enjoying doing this, you know. I would rather be doing this than a lot of other stuff. But at the same time, you know, I'm not gonna act like my commentary, my gameplay has been very good. I just hope it's been enjoyable. I guess I can never really have a bad time playing System Shock 2, you know, this is... I know I've said this like time and time again, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but this really is my favorite game of all time. Like, there's not really a game that comes close for me in terms of how much I enjoy SS2. Well, no, there are games that come close. I don't think, like, I love a lot of games, and SS2 may be my favorite, but I don't necessarily think every other game is, like, bad compared to it or whatever. No, I'm not, like, 6, but SS2 to me is just, it encapsulates so many qualities that I like in games that I haven't found anywhere else. The one to me that comes closest to how much I enjoy System Shock 2 would be Arcane's Prey, which is another game I'm considering Let's Playing, and I think I would really like to do for my channel. Because Prey is like System Shock 2 if it had more narrative choices. And also because it's probably my second favorite game of all time. Which is quite the honor for, you know, something that's of a new franchise, basically. Because as we all know, Prey 2017 is not the original Prey. We have an audio log from Bayliss, by the way. We should listen to it.
After a couple of hours, it was like being on a bender. Long periods that you couldn't remember. One minute we were in that crater, the next minute we were loading up the shuttle with the eggs. I remember hearing that idiot Krenchkin calling the Von Braun and ordering them to clear off the entire hydroponics deck. Diego seemed to think this was strange and said, "Are you crazy, Anatoly?" Krenchkin smiled and said back to him, "Oh, Captain, we are not Anatoly."
I just freaking love Bayliss's logs. They sound so, like, eerie, especially when you combine them with, the ambience of the Rickenbacker. It's just, he's, basically recounting just everything that had happened with the Von Braun. He's recounting the entire events that led to the events of this game. And so having it juxtaposed with the really kind of eerie, like, ambience of this deck just does them so well.
10 eggs remain.
Hello.
Move quickly.
Yeah, this is... Oh man. Yeah, midwives took me out, and guess what? We don't even have just to deal with just midwives right now. I believe this is a new type of arachnid that gets introduced at this point in the game. They are invisible arachnids, as you might be able to tell. And they are douches. Alright, there's a room over there which we can go to, but I want to go ahead and check this one out first. Spoiler alert, it's fucking spooky. Die. Please die. Also, we have a new enemy here. The Rickenbacker laser turret. And these are interesting because they are just laser turrets, but they are typically roof hanging rather than floor hanging. And I think they do a little bit more damage, but I'm not too sure. And we have an audio log, so...
For some reason, they couldn't get a hold of my mind the way they could the rest. So when I found the remains of the data wafer near the crater back on Tau Ceti, I didn't say a word. I just slipped it into my belt and thought, Dr. Polito will know what to do with this.
And thus, Shodan was brought aboard the Von Braun. So simultaneously on both times, both the Nenny and Shodan were brought aboard the Von Braun. And it's went about as well as you would expect. Seems like Shodan must have betrayed Delacroix, and we now have to help her. I guess we'll see who the lesser of two evils is, right?
What did I think power was? What was my concept of joy? How empty life must have been. As I merged my body with the biomass, I began to sense the borders of Rapture.
And there it is. My personal favorite audio log in the entire game. I don't know why, just when I listen to that with Krenchkin's voice, and, just with what he actually says, I get the fucking chills. The borders of Rapture. I don't know. I know everybody's more about the Glory to the Many log, and I love that one as well, but just that one is so underappreciated, and yet it's so creepy. Oh man, I just get the chills when I listen to that. And rocket turrets. Yeah, this is like... You're kidding me! And we're back. Fuck that shit, man. Oh my god. I don't know if I did everything exactly the same way as I did. I don't care, dude. Oh, freaking hell. Let's suit up before we actually go back there. Yeah, fuck you. Should have had it on over. Final French Epstein device, the fucking EMP rifle gets it. It needs it. Okay. Now that we're done, have a good look at the Rickenbacker. I don't know, I've just always found this thing like to be really cool looking.
What did I think power was? What was my concept of joy? How empty life must have been. As I merged my body with the biomass, I began to sense the borders of Rapture.
Anyway, so... let's finally go activate the fucking QBR. If we don't get killed by a cyborg assassin first. Which would be my luck this playthrough, right? Also, because we have, mod level 2 on our EMP rifle, there's really now no need. Well, yeah, there is, but we can totally have the thing more active, and let's just go ahead and Get some worms back, man. Yeah, this is part of the video I just start rambling. I've, like, died so many times this playthrough, man. I don't know. I guess I should just fucking accept the comments that are basically gonna be like, oh, you suck. I mean, to be fair, I haven't really given them much reason to think otherwise. Maybe it'll be better when I get around to doing Ponter B and such. Doubt it, but I guess we'll see, right? Yeah, look at how beast this thing is now.
Destroy the last 5 of their eggs quickly. I tire of this exercise.
Well, believe me, Shodan, I'm getting kind of tired of it too at this point.
Perhaps we judged you too hastily.
We feel there is room for us
To coexist. After all,
We are both children of flesh. Why not join with us?
against the machine, Mother.
Now this is that's sort of an interesting
Do you think you can defeat us with your wire? We offered you the ecstasy of our union, and you chose the vacuum of technology.
Vacuum of technology.
well, I mean, evidently you guys did too. You have these fucking turrets killing me. They're the only things that have been really able to hurt me this playthrough. So don't be fucking hypocrites. Not them, you'd be fucking fucked. Case in point. Why do you guys have rocket turrets? Well, so we need to go into here for a... Fuck you. We need to go into here for a reason ahead of time, but I'm just going to stop here because... Not stop the video, but I'm going to stop here to do it now so I don't have to do it later. You know, that's one thing about me. I can't help but feel like...
This device will reverse the gravitronic generators in Pod 2. This will prevent you from clumsily disturbing the overloaded Meson acceleration coil there. Now get back to your task, insect. The ship must be cleared, and my patience is dwindling.
Oh, come on. Your patience. We're bickering like an old married couple at this point. But, you know what? Oh, man. Yeah, you know... With what little credibility I have left, I don't know, I've always felt like Rick was a really cramped deck. I don't know. Like, I know naval ships don't have that much space in them. But I don't know. Just because Rick might be a more realistic sci-fi ship, I think doesn't necessarily make it more fun. But that being said, I still do enjoy this deck. Once again, I enjoy all the decks in SS2. Anyway, yeah, we're about to have another deck from Crocker, so I want to go ahead, let's go ahead and listen to it.
Simpson, Malone, Shandera, and Perez are dead. At least those are the ones we know for sure. Those bastards sabotaged the Meson acceleration coil. They blew out the entire driver core, 6 subdecks. From what I can tell, somebody tapped the frequency resonator to refract human-sized movements. The overload of all those people moving around must have blown the resonator. We set up a magnetic shield, and the ship's still functional. Barely. I've quarantined the entrance to Pod 2. The secondary coil is right there, and I don't know how thorough the son of a bitch who did this was.
Right. So, a couple of things. First of all, he mentioned that Malone was one of the people that died. And honestly, I just think that's hilarious. Keep in mind that Malone is an audio log character that we listened to earlier, right? He died according to Sanger, and then later on he died according to Martin. Once he got shot in the chest by a hybrid, or in the stomach by a hybrid. And the other time a cyborg came and did something to him, and now apparently he's getting blown up on the Rickenbacker. Malone is a Psi operative, right? He's an OSA. So I have a couple of theories as to what actually happened with Malone. First is that maybe he was using Psi projections of himself, sort of like the Psi Reavers, to be at several places at once, which makes some sense to me, but at the same time I wish we had access to that skill. And the other thing that I think it might be, and probably more likely, is just it's a continuity error.
Only one egg remains. Insect, are you always this slow?
Please make your selection.
You know what? Just stop being mean to me, Shodan. Anyway, the other explanation is that he might have gotten the QBRs activated to some degree, but at the same time, I don't see how that would be possible, considering Shodan / Polito was the one who put them back online. I don't know, man. I just always think it's funny that Malone has apparently died 3 separate deaths in this game. It could be, you know, Malone isn't a very uncommon name, to be completely fair. But at the same time, you know, I think it's amusing to think that somehow he was the only one that was, like, surviving more than, like, one hit, I guess. And we have a little bit of a platforming puzzle, which I've always thought is funny. We have all these, like, missiles that we have to raise in order to get up this ladder here. But where are these missiles even, like, supposed to go? They're just stuck in this one little room. There's no real way to move them up or down.
You performed well, Insect. I've transmitted some cybernetic modules. Choose your upgrades wisely.
I believe they're supposed to be going into the room a bit ahead of us, but at the same time, I've just always found it amusing. Oh. Yeah, I was so focused by... Yeah, that is definitely not pepperoni. I mean, that's moving. That's organic. Ugh. I don't like the look of that. I will be completely honest. Looks like the other one is bursting in. You know, I was kind of wanting some pepperoni pizza tonight, honestly. Now I don't know if I want that anymore. I mean, I guess if I did, I would have plenty of it up on the wall up there. Oh, that's some very nice goodies. Portable battery, a maintenance tool, a beaker. That's just all kinds of good stuff right there. No, never. So yeah, this is a little bit of foreshadowing of what is to come. It's gonna get gross. And that's honestly not my least favorite part of the game, but I don't know. My butthole puckers the entire time we get to that part. Oh my god. No. No, no, no. Fuck you. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna embrace the suck. I probably should have done that long ago. It's not gonna get any better for me, man. Like, for real. I have never died at that part before. Ever. And now I'm suddenly dying. I just don't know, man. Fucking hell. I actually never knew a spider spawned there, like, if you died. So I guess that's interesting. I'm finding it, like, even today I find out new stuff about this game. Yeah, I two-shot these cyborg assassins with my crystal shard. Laser rapier is essentially, like, not even something we need to carry around anymore. We should be carrying around. But, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and carry it around anyway, you know? It's a cool little gun. It's a cool little weapon. It's just a shame that at this point it's not very useful right now. I mean, quite frankly, if you're specializing in melee at all... Well, here's the thing. The laser rapier is a decent upgraded melee weapon. You know, if you're just using melee for the sake of using melee. I mean, if you're just using melee for the sake of, you know, making use of your energy weapons upgrades. But if you're just going to be using melee, then I would get the crystal shard. Also, we're going to launch these
Till I can reverse the gravitronic generators, we're effectively cut off from Pod 2. Check's email said the only way to do that is by resetting the power grid from the access station and engine cell B. Of course, he didn't volunteer to do it himself. What a goddamn mess.
Yeah, I feel bad for Crocker. I mean, it doesn't seem like his efforts have gone very well. Fitting with the rest of the game, however, I guess we'll see what more came of him.
The worms are everywhere. Captain Diego is the one who let them in. Nobody knows who to trust anymore. Nobody's even sure who's human anymore. I've blown out the access ladders in the torpedo room to restrict access to Pod 2. Let's hope that holds them back. As long as we're alive and drawing a paycheck from the Navy, those bastards are not getting the Rickenbacker.
I can respect his honesty. He's just protecting the Von Braun and the Rickenbacker because he's getting paid. And of course we have a big Chungus to deal with. And you're dead. You failed at protecting your last...
You've destroyed all the eggs. Now, get to the bridge.
Here are some more upgrade modules.
I enjoy watching your transformation into my own image, insect. Perhaps there is hope for you yet.
Thank you. But... I don't know if I trust you, Shadow. So we're gonna go ahead and take a minute to hack this crate. Hopefully we can get it open. We're not getting that many red nodes, so... we might be able to get it open. As far as I know, this is actually a really good one to open. I guess I could use one of my ice picks on it, but I don't really want to do that. My nanites are just dying for this one, man. I've never actually blown up a crate. I don't know. I've taken a couple risks with the orange nodes this playthrough. I've already failed so much, I guess I owe you guys a blown up crate. I don't know. The other thing is I don't want to die and get backtracked. Holy fuck, I did it. Oh. Oh. I had a 70% chance to fail that, and I did not. Right. Let's continue. This is the part.
Prepare to be cut down by the progeny of our joy.
I guess we'll see what they mean by that. So we're supposed to be getting up to Diego now to see this. Also, yes. Everything is upside down. Upside down. I don't even know how that song goes. Okay. Yay, floor turret.
I thought Polito would be my avatar, but Polito was weak. It was I who chose you, and I who had a robotic servant render your form unconscious. I then completed you with cybernetic grace. Your flesh, too, is weak, but you have potential. Every implant exalts you. Every line of code in your subsystems elevates you from your disgusting flesh. Perhaps you have potential. Perhaps once we have erased my wayward children from existence, we can examine the possibilities of a real alliance.
Yeah, this room is just really spoopy. Let's go ahead and listen to the audio log that we picked up and maybe see what else there is to say about this fucking room.
The genie of Citadel Station is out of the bottle, and I am the cause. I can't bear to be Pandora, and I'm not brave enough to wait around and see the death and misery I have caused. This is my last transmission, my friend. Be careful. I think Shodan has plans for you.
Right, so the person I believe that audio log is addressed to, let's just check to make sure. Oh, that's for Delacour.
Station is out of the bottle, and I am the cause. I can't
But
bear
anyway,
to be Pandora,
yeah, this is the chapel of the Rickenbacker, and this is actually Bayliss's body. So Bayliss, apparently when we activated the graphitronic generators, he was holed up in here. The assassins were either attacking him or about to attack him, and it seems like us turning it on must have killed him. So once again, a person dies because of our influence. Oh man. I don't trust this, but at the same time, there's stuff down there. Oh, yeah, we need that beaker. We need to get prepared for what is to come. I'm so afraid of the ladders right now. I just know it's going to lead to my splatting. And here is actually the last kind of armor we can find in the game. This is worm skin armor. We aren't going to research it. It's typically more for side players, but it's quite interesting. Once again, there's some decent stuff you can get with the research skill if you actually invest into it rather than just skipping it. I quite enjoy it, honestly. I still think it's funny that we're technically heading down, but, you know, obviously we're more heading up, just due to the, all the shit that happened, basically. More of the Inviso spiders. I guess they can be like an analog to the Inviso mutants from the first game, but probably not as, like, poetic. Ooh, oh no. Oh, you are kidding me. I swear to God. Stop. I'm trying to look at something. Fuck. Anyway, so I think we know who this is. Diego's quarters. Audio log by Diego. He looks like he's fucking part of the many. He's Diego.
Those worms were a cancer in my body, so Von Braun. The many will never allow it. But I've got something to help you. It's in my quarters. You'll find the access card on my body. The fight to them, soldier. And remember, you're the one to trust.
Right. And so, rest in peace, Diego. You were able to resist the many, and I think that's quite noble. In spite of all the harm you may have caused to the Von Braun, you still died a hero. You really did have a warrior spirit. I can't fault you for that. I can fault you for these fucking flies, though. God damn it.
You've served me well. Transmitting cybernetic modules.
Thank you. So yeah, we are officially the last person alive on the Von Braun. Debatably. Also, this is a new implant. We're not going to research it, but it basically means you're vulnerable to analyte toxins. It's not that great. But yeah, we are basically the last person left alive on the Von Braun. Tommy and Rebecca have gotten out. Delacroix is dead. Diego is dead. The Resistance is dead. I like to believe there's probably still some people pulled up somewhere. But I do kind of accept the fact that that's probably unlikely at this point. As far as we know, we're the last surviving members of the Von Braun.
Hold where you are, irritant. The annelids have tried my patience for the final time. We cannot separate from the Von Braun. Observe. The many has grown to a massive size. It has wrapped itself around these two ships, preventing their separation. Their creation was my error. My error. Their destruction shall be my delight. Observe the many. It has used the flesh of the biomass to grow. Do you stand in awe of my creations inside?
Getting that far.
The time has come to eradicate my error.
This room is spoopy.
There is an escape pod.
An escape pod in the rear of the bridge. Use it to launch yourself into the guts of the world.
Right, so... Yes. We'll check this last room just to make sure there's no more rumblers. As we feared, it seems like the Many's biomass has literally wrapped around itself around both the Rickenbacker and the Von Braun. So, yes. That is the Many's biomass. They have completely...
You hesitate? I will not ask a second time. Launch into the many. Cut out its heart, and I will reward you
With continued existence.
Fail me, and I will put an end to your disgusting, inefficient biology.
Okay, we're getting that far. You know, I have shit to do before we actually plunge ourselves into a fucking biomass. Alright, so it seems like we are getting a little bit of some beakers, and here's Diego's quarters.
You performed well, insect. I've transmitted some cybernetic modules. Choose your upgrades wisely.
And here is what would have been our final tier exotic weapon. This is the Annelid Worm Launcher. Let me go ahead and use up my beakers finally. This, to be quite frank, sucks that there's worms that we can't get out of there, but we, as you can see, we need a research skill of 6, or with the research lab implant, or the lab assistant implant, 5 to be able to research it. And to be quite honest, it's the only weapon in this game I have never once used. It's just, outside of just, you know, messing around with it, with console commands, it's just always, like, consistently too expensive for me to really justify getting it. And in addition, it's not that much better than the viral proliferator. The viral proliferator getting modified to 2 levels and just having a max exotic skill always tends to be a better investment. I don't know, you know, I can respect, you know, what they, you know, wanted to do with the viral, the analid guns, but even I have to admit, as somebody who tends to think more outside the box with these sorts of things, that, oh fuck, I think I left my repair units behind. I'm not even gonna bother with it at that point. Even as someone that, like, loves all the crazy, like, underused stuff about this game, I can, like, accept that the analog weapons just are not that good. In any case, seems like we're done with the Rickenbacker, so now all that's left to do is basically to plunge ourselves into the belly of the beast. But we do have another, upgrade we can choose. And at this point, honestly, none of this stuff is that good. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and go with, Speedy might be good, but I'm going to go with, Pharma Friendly. Just because now we have, a decent level of, endurance and, psi that would make us be able to benefit more from, our hypos. And we are now able to two-shot these guys with our crystal shard. That's pretty great. Just more evidence, in my opinion, of the crystal shard being incredible. And we've put it off long enough. Next stop is Vortown. All the way back from engineering, this was like shown to us, and now we're actually gonna do it. So here we go, Corinchkin. We're gonna go into the body of the many. Yeah. We are inside the belly of the beast, quite literally. I think this is where we're going to end the episode, because this is an entirely new deck from the Rickenbacker. So anyway, guys, thank you guys once again for watching. This has been Walter Requiem, and you guys have a wonderful day.